Hello, everybody, and welcome to Soul Fulfilling. Uh, I love this gathering that we have. Come on, sign on in, and I'm going to sing you in. Hey, Lori, Susan Lingle. We got Life Coach Ade with me. That big, beautiful smile. Come on, Irena. My wings were heavy, I could not fly, haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. Love was there, I couldn't see it, so the voice of salvation came shining through you, and you said that God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Hi, Mardell. John. Lulu Santos. In the sky of my mind was lightning and thunder. I never could trust it would finally be right, but the truth in your eyes said, don't worry and don't wonder. You sang me a song that has shattered the lie. And you said that God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Edith, God is all there is. Jennifer, God is all there will ever be. Hi, Patricia. Hi, Keith Leon from New York City, okay? God is all there is. You know, sometimes we know the truth. Sometimes it's easy to know. Sometimes you're just having a good day. Sometimes you're just having a good day. Jack and Sharon and Rosalind, sometimes you're just having a good day. You don't have to struggle to know. And then sometimes you're having a real rough day. Sometimes people have done strange things and sent you texts that are maybe weird or whatever, you know. So where this song is placed is like it's a deep place. It's right here. God is all there will ever be. But sometimes when people start getting on your nerves, you know, and just like, let's just say things are popping off and it's just an interesting kind of day. And you have to put in fluid to your consciousness to become truly aware and not stuck, you know, in an opinions of things. You might want to take the key up a little higher. You gotta rise up a little bit. And you might say, God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. Y'all know what I'm talking about? When you got to raise it up a notch. When you can't judge from the appearance of it. You got to go just a little bit deeper inside. Yeah. Just take the key up a little bit. rising God. If your wings are heavy, you cannot fly. Haunted by dreams that were meant to come true. God is right there. You just have to see it. So let the voice of salvation come shining through you. And just sing that God. Y'all singing along with me? God is all. God is all there will ever be. God is all there is. God is all there will ever be. And what we're doing in this silent place is we're breathing. And giving thanks for a life that would afford us the opportunity to meet here, to come here, to have a computer or a cell phone, to have electricity or a plan with the phone company, to have time, to have space, to come so that we might remember who we are together. And for sure, who we are individually as the presence of the living God right here and right now. I'm thankful to be coming to you this evening as myself. I'm thankful that you are here. I don't care if 100 other people come or if 10 people leave. I'm thankful that you are here. As we get light in our heart, reminded inside to know that God is all there is. That's all we're doing. That's all we need to be doing right now. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're being together. Wonderful. Inspired. Ashe. Amen. Yes. Hi, Barbara Williams. Yes, Kathy O'Barrow. Hello. Peace to all. And joining me this evening is my good friend, life coach Ade from the UK. Well, he's from other places, but we already know he's in Africa. But we know where you live.
I am from everywhere. Everywhere God is.
Yes.
And everywhere God is not, I am not.
Yes. I don't know what that means, but I can smile with you.
That's right.
Yeah, I had an interesting dream that I'll tell you about later, but it put me in a beautiful space. And we'll talk about it later. But for right now, I just want to welcome everybody in. Yes.
So later meaning you and I, so they don't get to hear us?
No, they get to hear us. No,
okay.
they get to hear us.
I just don't know if I need to remind you, because how a conversation will go.
Well, yeah, I know it gets curly. It gets curly up in here. It gets curly. Yes. Jack, welcome. I'd love for you to play and give a talk at Unity Carlsbad. He's DMing me in front of my friends. Hey,
right.
Laverne.
Right. He said, call me.
Call me. Call me.
Jack is asking for what do you want?
Yes, yes. So what's the reading for tonight? Your reading.
Yes, let me pull that up. It's a reminder of who we are. Yeah, you're gonna have a piano behind me, Mr. First. I feel good.
I don't know if it works. I don't know if it sounds good.
Well, let's see. Well, we can try it, and then people can let
Everybody
us
can
know.
tell us, does the piano sound good while he's
Yeah.
talking?
So yeah,
Let us
if the
know.
piano is fast, let me know, because then we want to try something new. Because that felt good when I heard it. All right. I know there's some few delays, so we're just gonna wait. But yes, I'm gonna read daily thought that I wrote. Here we go. Somebody said something. You two have such. Thank you, Paulette. We practice very well before the show. We smile. So, no. Lean the side a little and just relax. Okay, thank you, Adele. Adele said it works. I'll move closer to my mic. So I'm reading daily thoughts that I wrote for Hillside International Truth Center. And to make sure your mind is at ease, I won't give you the date, but just listen to the truth. I am rooted in spiritual truth. It is said that truth will set you free. It is true. And spiritual truth often shakes us to the core as we lean into it as a way of life.
Hmm.
Sometimes it may feel scary to live spiritual truth, but we must for the sake of our own freedom. We do not need to fight to be right. Instead, we should operate from the consciousness of righteousness.
Mm.
This mindset opens our view to see from a broader perspective. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. I live from my spiritual nature. I live by spiritual principles. I live spiritual truth. I live aligned with the guidance of the divine. Everything I do is rooted in my spiritual lineage, which runs deep beyond time. I am here to reveal the face of God. Thank you, faith in me, through me, as me, around me, through the Christ within, and so it is. And the scripture is, I am the vine, you are the branches. He who remains with me, and I with him, will bear abundant fruit. For without me, you can do nothing. That's John 15:5.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's very inspiring. And thank you for your beautiful reading. You wrote that.
Yes, ma'am.
You wrote that.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Give me that line about the divine lineage.
Okay, here we go. I live aligned with the guidance of the divine. Everything I do is rooted in my spiritual lineage, which runs deep beyond time.
Oh, that's my favorite line in the whole thing. Okay, I'm going to ask you to read just one more time, but this time, read it once more with feeling.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me feel my own writing. Let me tap in. So that's the part that I just read, right?
Yes. Yes.
Everything I do
Everything I do
is rooted in my spiritual lineage.
is wait a minute. Wait. No. Wait.
You want me to read it and then you echo it? Got it. Okay.
No. I
Everything
just want you to slow down because it's so
let me
good.
slow it down.
Yeah.
Let
Everything
me
I
tap
do.
into my Barry White consciousness.
Yeah. No.
Everything.
No. Not
Everything I
not your
do.
Barry White consciousness. No. Just breathe
Okay.
and just do it. Just slow down so that we can get it.
All right. Everything I do is rooted in my spiritual lineage, which runs deep beyond time. I am here to reveal the face of God.
Ashe.
Mm-hmm.
I am here to reveal the face of God.
Yes.
We're going to have a lot of music tonight. Just a little bit of this. I'm here. Voice of God is all I am, and face of God is all I see. Face of God is all I am, and face of God is all I see. Ever present all around me, it's within me, it's within. Ever present all around me, it's within me, it's within. Ever present all around me, it's within me. From within, I let my heart begin to see eternity. Ashe. My roots run deep. Yes, thank you. Thank you, life coach.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much. You know, all this is a time, I think, since we're all so interconnected, I believe that we're here to really just behold the face of God in us, as us. And when we've been doing this work, when we have been doing our introspection and walking with God, and also the stuff we do in the world in our service, and you know that we're becoming, we're showing up.
Yes.
You know, we're showing up, and sometimes, oh, hold on a second. There's a
Okay.
peak of light coming in. I'm
The
looking
light
at there's a different kind of illumination.
the light is showing up. When you deeper, when you know that everything runs deep, here comes the light. Yes, yes, yes.
Well, and the thing is, it's like, you know, I have been seeing it in my own dealings with my family. Do you guys, are you getting an echo?
No.
Okay. You know, like with some things I've been moving through, and just with some family stuff, with material things and wrapping ups of things with family and estates and that kind of stuff, you know, and I've had to just kind of sit back and breathe and not, you know, and not speak from emotion, you know, but to speak from the truth and from what I know is so. And all that other opinion about blah, 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 and they think about this and what they, you know, it's like, you know, my journey has been good. And I know I'm joined on this call tonight with people who who are living the life that you read about. Like you said, we are spiritual beings. You said that we are, you know, we are on this planet. I love the reading, by the way, that you wrote, because it reaffirms what we already know. You just said it in another way. There's, you know, like you say, the most important thing to know is that God and I are God. When you see me, you see the God who sent me. You know that right there. So, you know, so folks are not wondering what side of the, you know, say they know what side you're on. You're on the side of love, you know.
Yeah.
You know, you're on the side of love. You're on the side of purpose, you know, but really when something deep is coming these days that's so big and so incredible that it's hard for me to explain it, but I just want to say that it's revealing. It is revealing, and it reveals through everything because it's just so omnipresent. So whatever we're reading is going to have a message for us. It's going to be a message on the side of the truck if you need to see it. It's been on the side of that truck, but now you're going to see it and you're going to go, oh my God, it was on the side of the truck. Oh, the synchronicity of that, you know, you know, but really it's the synchronicity of you.
Yes.
It's the synchronicity of you and, you know, being here without wanting, you know, being here to be, and then to trust that what reveals in that being is pure in its intent, because that's where because you're pure
Yes.
inside. Your intention is going to be pure because you have been purified by your intention. you know, and being
Yes.
willing to
Mhm.
be being willing to go through it, to have those days when things don't seem to add up and you wonder, but I'm getting less and less of those days, and more of compassion inside of my spirit, so that I know if folks could do better, they would do better. People are messed up for a lot of reasons. There's a lot, especially in this country, in this world. It ain't just this country, in this world. There's been an element, there have been elements of greed
Yep.
for years and years and years and years, and that have forced people to even adopt some religions. Like
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't do this religion, you were gonna die.
Right.
And if you did
Mm-hmm.
the religion, that means you had to pay the taxes, or you were gonna die. It's like you had to do things. Now, in the days we live, you don't have to do that, but you have to do other things.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be very, it's just, but in the midst of all of that, we get to understand something very, very deep and powerful about what God is.
Mm-hmm.
That even if we didn't open up a Bible and quote a scripture, we can look and connect again with nature.
Mm-hmm.
We can look and remember, that this child is talking to us and has a message for it. I mean, it's just like we're not nearly as dense as we were even 20 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
We're
You know,
awake.
everything is spiraling up,
Yes.
and people are dying and
Mm-hmm.
people are coming in, being born. It's
Mm-hmm.
like what you talking about, the turnstile. It's
Mm-hmm.
just, it's like boom, it's circular.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it comes
Mm-hmm.
and goes. So while we're here, I don't know why I'm getting this feedback, but while we're here, just
Let's
do the
try.
best you can. It's probably you, Ade. I'm sure it's you.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
You're just that mighty. It's coming back 2 times. But I was in a moment of waking from my dreams, and then the dream was awesome, and I'm not going to share the dream unless somebody say please share the dream. So anyway, Keith
Please
said
share the dream.
he said he was hearing the feedback too. I don't hear it now because you did something. So thank you for whatever it was that you shifted. I know it was you. Oh, it's in your sound. I see,
Well, what I just did was muted my mic
but I don't
because
hear.
I'm. Hmm?
You're good now.
Yeah, who knows? But when you're talking, I'm muted. See,
Okay.
Christina said, "Share the dreams."
Yeah, I did.
Lulu's our tech person.
Lulu said share the dream. Okay. Please
Oh,
share the
Lulu
dream.
said,
Oh, Rosalind said please.
"Yeah."
Well, this
Mhm.
dream is deep, so don't judge me. Okay. So the dream was I was in a church. I was in a church. And because something, well, I'm just going to give the dream. I was in a church, but there weren't many people that showed up for service. People had said they wanted a church, or they wanted to be in a place where they could come live to hear the music and to hear me, and they wanted to be part of it. But I was in this place and it was dimly lit, and it would look like an old school church kind of like though. And but I was up there and there were a few people, but it wasn't the spirit. I mean, it just, there was nobody there much. And I was trying not to judge that, but I had to look at what was happening and then say, like, wow, nobody's here. So I finished what it was I was talking about and singing the song. And then I said, that's it. We're going to wrap up for today. And next door in the building, right next door, it was just kind of like, not even, you had to walk across the street. I mean, it was just right next door, was Sadhguru, uh, Deepak Chopra, uh, and Michael Beckwith. It was packed. it was packed with people, right? And there was all this, it was all these people, it was all this energy. But I didn't go in there, I just like, oh, there's a lot of people there. And but I didn't want to be there, So I walked down the street and just to feel the ground. I just walked down the street. And then there was a man who looked like he was without a home or a place to live, who was playing guitar. And he was playing guitar. He had his guitar case open, and he was saying that he didn't have a place to stay, but he could play his guitar, and he could play that guitar. He could play that guitar. And I was like, he sounds so good. Maybe I'll ask him to come and play with me sometime, And so, but I walked on. I didn't get his information. Then I turned around and said, you know what? I'm going to go get his information. And I went to get his information. Like I walked back. I was walking back to where my vicinity, my location was. But then when I turned around to get his, and he was gone. And I was like, oh, okay. And then so I just went on down, walked back to the church, or the venue. I'm going to call it a church, but it looked like a church, but the venue where I was speaking. And I got up on the stage, but by this time I don't have on any clothes. I'm naked, and I'm okay. And I'm not saying anything. I'm just there. So when I woke up, I didn't remember the dream until I went to meditate. And when I meditated, afterwards, the dream came back. I didn't even write it down. And then I wrote down, I am enough. I have enough. I am enough. I have enough. And there was a silence, just like right now, what's here. There was a stillness. That in that moment, I wasn't struggling about how I was going to pay this. Well, it was nothing. It was just, I am enough. I have enough. And later on in the day, I would get the big aha. That's a certain level. I am enough. I have enough. But later on in the day, I was so peaceful, and I was sharing and, giving and understanding that, and giving thanks that I have enough to share. And then it was like, I don't have to qualify about enough. I am. I am. That was my dream.
I love it. I love dreams, and I love the story. Sometimes the things that we do, comparison and the numbers and how many people, but being drawn to the music. I mean, I feel like that dream has so much in it. It's like you were drawn to the thing that calls your soul. And then you went back to yourself. The whole journey for me, I believe this thing is like to get to a place where we're spiritually naked, being ourselves, showing up as we are. Mm-hmm. And showing up as we are doesn't always mean we're just coming all love and light. Sometimes there's parts of ourselves we're struggling with. Mm-hmm. But say, yes, I am that I am. This is it. Yep, I'm working with that. Or I accept the part of me that you're judging. So I'm not even tripping. Yeah. Because the fact that we're having a human experience, we're going to observe ourselves through that human perspective. And we're going to have less than a broader perspective of ourselves. So we think there's something wrong. But when we just let all of it be, I'm like, you know what? I am enough. Yes. I am enough. Spiritual nakedness. Yes. Yes.
Spiritual nakedness. See, I'm glad I shared the dream, because I don't interpret so well, but I can feel what the gift, what I got from it. Moving on. It was like, and then after that, I read some of Ramana Maharshi, and a question was asked about liberation. So he's talking about liberation, and I'm thinking like, oh my God, it was just like, It was perfect because I'd been thinking about We Let It Be. And there's a point in the song where it says, and the truth is telling me, sing of liberation for the ones who are not free. But I've changed that. I don't sing that anymore. Say the truth is telling me to sing of liberation for the ways we are not free. For the ways we are not free. The ways we are not free. And then what I got now is like, sing of liberation for the ways we are to be. For the ways we are to be, because so all of those, I can sing all of those. For the ways we are not free, the ways we are to be, they all work. It just depends on where you are in your journey, what kind of day you're having, you're welcome, Kathy. Keith Leon says, I want that when I leave this place. I take the what did he say? I take the music of Rickie and Agape with me, the soundtrack of my everlasting life. So many beautiful songs. And I'm going to tell you something. Thank you, Keith. What I know is like when at the time I had the good fortune to meet my songwriting partner in Michael Beckwith. It was a beautiful, beautiful time because I could dance with the part of him that was truly pristine in the heart. You know what I mean? I mean, in the heart. And the music revealed that. It's just like, because sometimes on a journey, you can't show men can't show everything. They can't show that. They won't lead with that. They'll lead with something else, but they won't lead with that, what I'm talking about. You'll see something else. But in our writing relationship, where we met was in that place inside of each of us. It was the place of pure love. See, those songs are written from pure love, not I'm in love with you. This is more than that. It's more than I'm in love with you. It's like I'm in love with the divine that's revealing itself through each of us together in this. Ain't that something? And it wrote and wrote and wrote. It used our genius, It used our genius. And so that's what God does when we're available. God uses the genius. God planted the genius in us, and God uses that genius. I just love. And then I keep finding geniuses to write with. John Caesar is on tonight. I think I did with God is my shepherd last week. But I could do with God is my shepherd every week. It's so beautiful. Lisa Michelle. With God as my shepherd, I shall not want for anything at all. I shall not want. With God as my life, I've all I need and more than eyes can see. With God as my joy, fulfilled am I to sing of how My soul has been restored. Sing of how my soul has been restored. Praise God. My soul has been restored. My soul has been restored. And fear has no power over me. No power. 'Cause I surrender all. Shadows of death all have to flee. I surrender all. And time and space can never block the way. No, I surrender all. The future and the past become eternal day. I surrender all. And even when I fly beyond the sky, when I fly, I surrender all. 'Cause God and God alone did lift me high. I'll surrender all. And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord. Dwell in the house of the Lord forever. God is my shepherd. I shall not want for anything, anything at all. Anything at all. Fear has no power over me. I surrender all. Shadows of death all have to flee. I surrender all. Time and space can never block the way. I surrender all. The truth, the future and the past become eternal day. I surrender all. And even when I fly beyond the sky, what? I surrender all. For God and God alone did lift me high. I ain't got no big head about this. Because I know it's God that's doing it. That it's God that's lifting me. And God can lift me because God's got my attention. God got my agreement that I'm only here for God, for the highest good. And no matter what it looks like, and it can look sloppy sometimes. It looks sloppy to some people when I made the decision to leave someplace that I had been for a mighty long time. It was sloppy for me. I left elegantly, but inside, it was like I was in between the worlds. But I found my way because God and God alone was what I was leaning into. Om Shanti. God and God alone is moving me. These songs carry such power, such intention, such love, such love. Om Shanti. Peace inside my heart, God, and only God is moving me. So peace inside my heart, God, and only God I live to see. I'm gonna tell you something. When you I heard Michael say this, Michael Beck would say this. He said, when you gamble with God, what is he says? When you playing with God, when you play with God on your side, you're playing with, when you gamble with God or something. Well, he might not have said. He said you playing with loaded dice or something. You know, like when you playing with, you're gonna always win when you're with God. It might look like, you know, it might look like a defeat sometimes, but you hang in there. You follow it down far enough, and you go like, no, I didn't lose anything. I received what was mine to feel. Let my soul surrender. Remember that song? What? What was it? What am I to do? What am I to feel? Oh, I am like a child. And you are with me still. What am I to do? What am I to feel? Oh, I am like a child, and you are with me still. Listening in the silence, even in the sadness, everywhere you are. Oh, everywhere you are. Let my soul surrender. Greater I shall be. For what I came to do. What I came to do. And what I came to feel. And what I came to see. Let my soul surrender. Let my soul surrender. Oh, greater I shall be. Let my soul surrender to the heart of God. Yes. Let your soul surrender. Oh, greater you shall be as your soul surrender to the heart of God. God. Let your soul surrender. Mm-hmm. Me too. This song is a spiritual version of Prince's Purple Rain. Oh my God, that's so funny. Thank you, Barbara. I love you. I surrender. I surrender all. Surrender. Sweet soul surrender. Yeah. Sweet soul surrender.
Do you know that song, for me, just interpreted your dream?
Okay.
So in your dream, you were in a church. There wasn't a lot of people. It was an old church. And then you're like, okay, I'm complete. And then you see something else where there's a lot of people and all the famous names. And still, whatever. You got drawn to the music that attracted your soul, called you back to yourself. And then you went back to this old church, the house of God, they say, this place of God. And you were naked, completely surrendered to God. It's not even about who's coming or who's in the next hall. I am here for you.
Mm-hmm.
That song for me interpreted your dream. It was like that
Mm-hmm.
was an ultimate surrender, nakedness, spiritual nakedness. Like, here I am. I surrender. I'm back to the same church that I was like, hey, nobody here. I'm back. I come
Mm-hmm.
back to the place. It's not the building. I come back to that
It's
consciousness where I thought I need more people, but no, I'm
the
going to
inner
come back.
sanctuary.
Yes. And I
The inner
surrender
sanctuary.
completely. Yes. Mm. Whew.
Yeah, the inner sanctuary.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, yeah. Here's a shout out to Ricky Rouse, who interpreted that song so beautifully. But I haven't heard a guitar player who hasn't. But Ricky Rouse was just that bad at it. So beautiful, and we met at a good time. Thank you, John Caesar. Yeah, John Caesar has a new song that we wrote, we co-wrote along with the singers Wap That Bidu. They came on board to help give it form, and we sang it on the Sunday devotional. So if you go to the Sunday devotional from from Sunday, you can hear a beautiful version of it, and it's a song about prayer, being able to pray and speak from your heart. That sometimes we judge our words. We want to sound like somebody that really prays well, and instead of, you know, it's like instead of talking to God in your own way, and declaring for yourself, it's like, hey, we've had, some of us were raised with a certain type of confusion, in religion, and I won't call none, but and we was so many times we said, I'm not worthy to receive you. I'm not worthy. And I'm not going to lambast that. That is his own grace. And the people who can find the beauty and the sweetness in that, more power to them. But you know, we spend a life learning that we're good enough, you know, and and when God has already made us
Yes.
beautiful, God has already made us beautiful, and we are here trying to prove that we're good enough,
Right.
you know, and it's like, hey, I ain't trying to prove I'm good enough no more.
Yeah.
I show up and God shows up. That's what I want to happen. I want to show up and people feel the presence of God when I speak, when I sing, whatever it is I'm doing. And when I slip, I just want y'all to hold me up and go like, you know what? She's going to get back up. She going to be all right.
She gonna be all right.
Yeah. And sometimes when I forget, sometimes, or when I need to feel connected, or I feel like, I feel like a little awareness desert is going on. like like I
Like,
like I need to do something to get back in, and I don't
yes.
necessarily want to feel like that. I just want to be in. But I feel like, I'm not in. It's like, and I put on B Radio. I go to bradio.org, and there's something there always to remind me, it's impossible to be any more or less in each moment. We are exactly enough, but only always. Yes. Thank you. I used to change the words in my head. I am worthy to receive. Yes, Reverend. You know what I mean, Jennifer Berkeley. Yes. She's talking about when we would be in mass. That's what she's talking about. You have to say 3 times, I'm not worthy to receive you. Just say the word, my soul. It's like, hey, yeah. But, it worked. It worked.
Right.
Yeah. It's like, hey, it's like there's no sense of worth when God made everybody beautiful and wonderful.
Right.
Just somebody planting an idea of inequity. Somebody's planting an idea of sinfulness. Planting an opinion, not an idea. An idea would bring something juicy with it. It wasn't an idea. It was just some ignorance. It's just, well, what it is it's kind of like sometimes, I don't want to call it, well, I won't say that word, but it's sometimes when there are people who want to keep another person small because they think if they really understood who they were, they would leave.
Yep.
So they dominate with BS, belief systems. That's right. They dominate with belief systems, and the person who needs to grow will keep accepting that until it's time for her to grow or him. And they go like, you know what? And all they say is like, enough.
Yes.
Enough.
Yes.
You can't speak to me like that anymore. You can't overlook me like that anymore. I won't allow you to minimize my, it's like, you can't do it because because God loves me. And so do I. If God thinks enough of me to love me, well, I can certainly think enough of myself to love myself and to stand, and see the best of life for myself and for everyone else, Yeah. Hey, wake up, life coach. You going out on me.
No, I'm just taking it all in. Sometimes when the preacher's preaching, you just being there going, yes. I don't want to make so much noise because I want people to hear it. Well, you better preach. All of that. I'm just going, yeah. Before you play another song,
I'm not going to play another song.
Okay.
Oh, yes, I am. Okay.
Yeah, I know, but it's one of those. Yeah, I'm thinking about the song but I'm not going to sing that song right now. And then she keeps talking, and
then it never gets done, right?
and the times that you do that, actually, something amazing happens. I can't remember this song.
Wait, don't lose your place because you were about to say something.
No, I always remember, and if I forget, then it's not necessary to say. But you were going to say something. You have an announcement because you have some things you're doing. B Radio.
Yes. I have it right here. BRadio.org is still up right now. It's still alive. The sound of inspiration, 24 hours a day. I want to thank Marcus Huffman and Mike Ryan, who did a lot, and Lona Elias, who many times is with us on the thread. Hi, Callie, who dialed in and helped to refresh the list. So thank you. Rob McDonald and Naila Porter will be back with us in the B Hood this Sunday. So you want to check out the devotional. It's going to be fresher than real. And we're going to have a great time at the B Hood. And afterwards, we're going to have the B Hood Bistro because Chef Lori is going to cook. Chef Lori is preparing some food and we're going to have. Is Chef Lori on the thread tonight? I thought I saw her. Yeah. Chef Lori. I thought, yeah, okay. And yes. So, and because, I feel like wherever we are, that's where the church is. The church shows up wherever we are.
The church.
Yeah, we are the church. We're it. And say, well, and she says she wanted to come and fix some food for the B Hood. I was like, well, all right. Thank you. Thank you very much.
There she is.
Chef Lori, I hope we're still on. Hi, Michelle. Michelle Bowman. She's wonderful. So I wanted to mention that Soul Sisters Retreat is going to happen this year. This is my last year doing it in the capacity that I've done it as a leader of the retreat. I will still be around because, I helped to create it. And we have so many beautiful memories. But this is my last year as the co-designer of the retreat. We have a team of fabulous women who help to help to create it, and I think it's time for them to take the ball and run with it. So this is going to be a good year, though, and I'm there with Greta Tashida, who follows. She has a podcast Reverend Greta Sashida. I think she comes to you on Facebook Live. I don't know if it's Facebook or YouTube, but you can check out Reverend Greta's uh, uh, um, in the middle uh, production after this. But she and I have been doing this retreat. This will be our 24th year. So, and registration closes pretty in a while. We're not hosting a large number this year. It's small compared to what we have done, but I'm happy about that. I really am. I don't think that we need to have 200 women or 150 women. I think it would be really great to have a beautiful, intimate group, and we're going to have a beautiful group. So, but registration is going to close soon. There are some scholarships available too. So, for a certain amount, you can't just take the whole amount, but check out, see what you can do. I mean, we are not on a thread like this to feel disempowered. We want to be empowered and really step into our power in a holy way, and say, hey, I'd like to go, and I can bring this much, or I can bring this much. So just go to soulsisterstoday.com and begin to fill out your paperwork. $125 will hold your slot. So just go and start the wheels turning, because in a minute registration is going to shut down, and that'll be all right. And I said, basically, that's all I have to say. I'm really, really thankful that everybody joined us this evening. Oh, I know I wanted to say one more thing. Life Coach Ade does wonderful retreats and seminars, and he has his own podcast, Being You, that comes up on Tuesdays at 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, and 6 p.m. He'll put it up on the screen so that you can see at 10 o'clock Eastern Pacific, 1 o'clock Eastern, and 10 p.m. UK. So do you want to say something about your representing your ancestors really briefly?
Yes, July 9th, Saturday, July 9th, I'm doing an event called Representing Your Ancestors. What's in a name? So we're using your name to tap into deeper knowledge about yourself, about your heritage. There's so much that's being uprooted now. All the things that no longer serve us are being uprooted. And because we're a part of it, sometimes we feel like we're being uprooted. But when we connect, when we remember that we are part of people who have lived here many, 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 many years ago, we find that we are more grounded, more centered. So we use the name, the meaning of the name, to go deeper. And what happens in this is almost unpredictable, because it's a matter of, it's consciousness that's happening when people come together and share stories about their names, about their ancestors. So it's Saturday, July 9th. Yes, Saturday, July 9th. The link is bit.ly /your ancestors 3. That's the number 3. bit.ly /your ancestors, the number 3.
All right.
All the information on there.
Well, thank you for that information. And I wanted to say one other thing. I saw a movie last night that just knocked me out. The name of the movie is Neptune Frost. So when it comes to your town, Saul Williams, if you don't know who Saul Williams is, Saul Williams is an amazing poet and artist who is just out of the box in a kind of like a Bobby McFerrin way. He doesn't sing like Bobby. He's a poet, but he's brilliant like that, like Georgia. He's brilliant like that. And his movie, this is a movie that he and his wife did, and it is brilliant. Okay, and when it comes Neptune Frost, it shows tomorrow night at 10 o'clock at some theater in Los Feliz. I saw it last night, and I just could. It was just so phenomenally beautiful, and younger people are going to really get it, But I was in there trying to hold on. Yeah, it was really, really lovely, So thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you for doing your best. Thank you for stepping into who you truly are in a holy way. It's our time in this country in particular. What saves us is what you said, is our connections, being able to feel our oneness, the unity that we are. And so I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for you for joining us. I love you, Life Coach, and I love everybody on this thread. You guys are great. And just know that you are not alone. Not alone. You know, that listen, in this country, with the government and all of the things that are coming out of these hearings and, and the stuff that's going on, just know this, folks, the government is one thing and the way they conducting hearings is another thing. But people on the street, they know the difference. We are more than this government. Like God is more than this, and we are more than this government. And our loving will change the world. Our loving, change the world. So don't miss an opportunity to share and to give of yourself and to really, really show up for each other, because that's it. Make sure everybody good. I love you. Rest in God and say
Amen.
Amen. God bless you, Life Coach, and all of you. Maxine, thank you. Rest in God and say Amen. Let our joy be so triumphant that we rest in God and say Amen. Rest in God.